Thank you. You don't have to get any attention this time. That's good. Okay. Hello, and welcome to the 12th installment of 8th grade class of 2022 Inspiration Speeches. As many of you know, I am Tyler, your guide throughout the Inspiration Speeches. If you are a teacher or student joining us right here in the gym, if you are at home watching via YouTube, we are all glad to see you here today. Normally, I take this time to tie together the three speeches together into one beautiful message. But there is only one speaker today, so here is my 2 cents for the day. I am self-instruction, and I have not done any sort of speech about humility. Humility is defined as a modest or low view of one's own self-importance. Humility is not now, it is wrong. It is difficult, to say the least. We as people naturally want to brag about ourselves. We want to show off. We want to be that gorilla that pounds on our chests. But we must be able to humble ourselves so that we do not live in a world that revolves around us. So I ask you to think about this as you go out into the world. To quote John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Keep this quote in quiet for everyday life. The speech, singular, today applies to a grandfather. Full stop for today is a speech about a grandfather. I'm also redundant. Grandfather is trying to put you back to a different time. Not in a bad way, in a good way. They have lived through many events that we all study in history books. They didn't study it, they lived it. Those accounts are ones you can't find in a book. The sad thing is that these history books won't be here forever. We need to treasure them while we can. The deliverer today is well known in the class of 2022. She is very fast, very energetic, and a very delightful person. The only speaker of the day is Miss Virginia Kraus.
And that's what kind of man my great-grandfather A was. He was generous, humble, and hardworking. Great-grandfather A, known by others as Samuel A. Atkinson, was born in Philadelphia in 1910. His mother had health problems, and he spent most of his childhood in the homes of relatives. He always loved nature and went to school to become a forester. He fought in World War II and raised 3 children. He spent many happy moments with his children and grandchildren and died in 2013 when he was 95. Although he died around his 4, the stories I hear of him still inspire me in my daily life. As a forester, Grandfather A liked making points using analogies from nature. When he explained the different types of trees to his grandchildren, he told them that tulip flowers grew quickly by putting on weak wood and had few uses. He told them that oak trees, although they grew slowly, put on strong wood that could be used to build houses and were therefore very valuable. He always advised his grandchildren to do things the right way and not to quick right. He built a forestry company from the ground up, often working from dawn until dusk. He loved to build, and although he was not a builder by trade, he built 3 houses for family members throughout his life. He was always busy and made sure he was self-sufficient. If his home needed to be warmed, he went out into the forest and chopped some wood. Even at the age of 73, he hiked to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. This type of hard work inspired me to give my best effort at everything that I did. Grandfather A worked hard to better himself, but he always had service to others in the forefront of his mind. As a member of the Rotary Club, he lived by the motto, service above self. Just 19 days before he was supposed to finish his degree in forestry, Pearl Harbor was bombed, and Grandfather Ray decided to join the Navy. He was recently married, and he decided that his country needed him. Even though he had no prior training, he studied for 90 days and became the captain of an amphibious ship. His role was to deliver soldiers and supplies to a weak near Normandy. He wrote in his journal about how he had to stay awake for 66 hours drinking salt water. He spent 2 years away from his family, returning only briefly when his first child was born. He put his life on the line time and time again, trying to keep his men safe as he ferried them to the beach. Later in life, after witnessing the war's destruction, he started an exchange student program to promote world understanding and peace. We also remember his small selfless acts, such as waking up early to make family and neighbors pancakes. His actions inspire me to give unselfishly of my time. Whether it's teaching my brother to mountain bike, assisting with family chores, or helping a fellow student with some math problems, I hope to make the world a better place. Despite his hard work, generosity, and many accomplishments, Grandfather Ray remained very humble. When we would ask him about the war, he didn't want to talk about the dangerous parts, and thought that the true heroes were those who had lost their lives in battle. Rather than taking credit for keeping his men safe, he told the story of his dog Taffy, who would bark a warning when she heard enemy planes, long before they could be detected by his crew. When he came home from war, he was tasked with caring for his sick daughter, and never once did he consider himself above this. Despite running a successful business, he never lost sight of what was really important to him. To his father, he wrote, "Money is a subordinate factor in my life. Whether I make more or less than President Roosevelt mattered none to me. By spending time in the grandeur of nature and in the ranks of men during war, Grandfather Ray had a modest view of his own importance. His humility reminds him to keep striving and working hard even when successful." Last year, there was a time when I needed inspiration. I injured my hip and was told that I could not run for 2 months, and even then, I still might not be able to run. As running is a huge part of my life and something I enjoy very much, this is extremely hard for me. Looking back now, I realized that I should have dealt with the situation the way Grandfather Ray did. I needed the humility to know that I was not in control, and that following the doctor's advice would help me get better. I also needed the strength not to feel sorry for myself, but rather to continue helping others. Instead of feeling down, I was able to divert my attention to helping a new runner get into the sport. Like Grandfather Ray, I had to work hard to get back in shape once I did. After reflecting on my grandfather's attributes, I realized I could learn a lot about dealing with adversity from him. In the same way that I am inspired by Grandfather Ray, I think that he was inspired by the grandeur of nature and specifically by trees. As a forester, he spent many peaceful hours among the trees. Like a tree, he never stopped growing. He enjoyed working hard and wanted to learn something new every day. Like a tree, he was grounded. And finally, like a tree provides shade, fruit from its branches, and wood for our homes, Grandfather Ray always put service to others before himself. Although you will never know Grandfather Ray, the next time you see him on the oath, I hope it will comment your thoughts of hard work, humility, and service to others, as it does for me. I'll now take questions and comments. Andrea?
Why do you call him Grandfather A?
The question was, why do I call him Grandfather A? So, he's my great-grandfather, but that's just what everyone in our family calls him. So, that's what I call him.
How much you practice, so great job. I also have a question. You mentioned a journal. Were you able to read his journal or only parts of it?
So, the question was, I mentioned journal, was I able to read journal? So, when I was quoting him, it was a little letter he wrote to his parents. And yes, my grandma, who I got all the photos for this presentation from, she had the letter sent to his parents. So, I was able to read that.
to your first choice as your inspiration?
Yes, he was my first